We made it. Good God. Yeah, well done to go hunt hill giants with Duffy, but he's not on. But can't really expect him to wait around. I spent the whole freaking night cleaning the infection out of my computer. Oops. Oh, you don't know the half of it. It was horrible. It was horrible. Running scans, manually deleting files, just anything just to get it to the point where I could get up and do the stream. I'm going to just do a reformat tomorrow probably. Just wipe it out and start fresh. Violated one of my own cardinal rules about internet safety and bit me in the ass. Well, if he logs on, I'll switch back over to the Shadow Knight. Until then, I'm going to putz around on the Bard. Because the Bard is fun. And it's all about having fun. He's got pretty armor. Except for that helmet. I really gotta fix that helmet. It's a horrible, hideous thing. Going over to the Combine camp, see if they have any shurikens. You know, in theory, I could go back to Linux and then not have to worry about that crap anymore, because everything I'm using right now can also be run natively on Linux, except for EverQuest, which can be run through Wine very easily. So I don't know why I don't just take the plunge and go right back to where I was happy. I hate Windows. I hate Windows. Ooh, throwing knife. Well, why don't I just get some of that? I don't know if the local quality won't sell for anything. Or the medium. But there's a thing coming, so I gotta get out of here. Let's beat feet before he decides to view me as a tasty meat snack. What's going on, Dan? It's been a night. Oh, looky here. I don't think I'm 100% clear yet. It still seems to be running kind of choppy, but that could be because of the event thing going on. Oh, I got this horrible. I was just telling Hayden and Twitch. I got this horrible infection on my computer today because I violated one of my own rules about internet safety, and it bit me in the ass. So I spent the whole night cleaning, purging, deleting files manually, going through everything, making sure it's as clean as I can get it, just enough to get up so I can stream. And then tomorrow I'm going to have to do a fresh install of the operating system. So fun, 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 and all the stuff that goes along with it. It's just been a week, but it's almost over. The weekend's here. It is the weekend, isn't it? Friday? Isn't today Friday? So we'll spend the day tomorrow getting everything back up to snuff. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. It started installing all these little programs and whatnot, and then it was locking me out of my desktop. Fortunately, having mobile monitors, I was able to bypass it and do a couple of scans to root out most of it, and then I went in and manually got rid of the rest of it. Medium. I don't want medium. Or the mediums aren't worth anything, are they? It's just the high quality, right? I can't remember the last time I worked 9 days in a row. Tell you what though, it's running like shit. I don't know if you guys at home can tell how choppy it is, but it's real choppy for me. And granted, it's EverQuest, so it's not always easy to tell, but probably going ding 22 tonight while I'm in the zone. Do a couple of pulls. Just kind of stress testing right now and make sure it's even going to stay up and running. Oh, that's just a lion. I have no interest in just a lion. Oh, awesome. Good deal, Beef. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Don't ask. If I can make it through the stream tonight, I'll be fine. And then tomorrow I'm going to reformat or reinstall the operating system, and then I should be fine. Yeah, well, I normally don't, because I follow a very strict protocol when I'm doing anything, but today I was kind of in a hurry, so I kind of skimped some safety measures that I shouldn't have skimped, and it got me. It got me. Still not 100%, I can feel it, it just feels choppy. Alright, it's time. Oh, yeah. I just upgraded a year ago, so I'm probably going to be upgrading again here soon. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, why is this not working? Yeah, that's the biggest part, isn't it? That's always the biggest part. Oh god, yeah, it's just choppy as hell. After I do this pull, I'm going to have to check something. Seems like there's something additional running that shouldn't be running, or something, I don't know. What is the deal with throwing daggers? Process Explorer. I will check that out. I will check that out. Okay, that's enough. Okay, yeah, I will definitely check that out. Assuming I survive this pull. Does feel like I got a few extra processes running somewhere though. Yeah, might as well. They got me. Just waiting for lions to respawn. Between lions respawning, I round up some beetles and kill them. They all just died at once, didn't they? Go away. Screw you, I didn't want it that bad anyway. Usually anywhere between 8 to 12% per pool, so I guess that's not bad. Oh, excuse me. Might be at least 2 more of these high quality lion skins. Just to make it worthwhile, you know? These don't seem to be that common. Ruined. Yeah. Yep. Should be killing the bears too, but let me check something real quick. Go away. Oh, these damn beetles. Let's have some fun, shall we? It's a great game, Raxian. It's a great game. You don't have to miss it. Still alive and well. In multiple forms. If that cleans up the zone any, I feel like I've done a little community service. I don't think it's me, I think it's just all the bugs. It's real choppy as I get close to them. Trying to clear some of these damn bugs out. Ah, that can get ugly quick. Alright, let's get rid of them. Oh, I hope I didn't track that griffin. Must have pulled 26. Yeah, hopefully that cleans the zone up a little bit. See, yeah, I think it wasn't me, it was the swarm making the zone run choppy. There you go, I did a community service. How about that? See, everybody hates bards. They come in handy. I know they're awesome, that's why everybody hates them. I just single-handedly cleared out the beetle swarm. There should be an achievement for that. Except for the big one. Oop, I missed one. Pansy, that sounds familiar. I see a lion. Oh yeah. I think he did some videos on YouTube or whatever. Yeah. All right. I think I watched one or two of his. If we're thinking of the same guy, I think I watched a couple of his videos on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, it wasn't me. It was the zone and the beetle swarms. Good deal. I feel better now. First kiting video I ever saw was somebody rounded up all of South Row. At least a very good deal of it, if not all of it. It was a big pile of mobs. I guess that was before they nerfed it. Peter Gabriel. Showing your age, Den. I wonder if Peter Gabriel knows how to kite. He always had the coolest MTV videos. Remember when MTV used to do that? Show music videos? I was there for the very first one. It was an epic moment in my life. Back when I listened to music. I don't really listen to music too much anymore. But, back as a teen, when it first came out, you know, Video Killed the Radio Star came on. I was sitting right there in front of my TV. I made my mom order it. I didn't make her, of course. I can't make her order it, but I strongly encouraged her to do so with the sledgehammer. No, I'm kidding. I didn't. I actually think it came with our television bundle, not bundle at the time. You didn't have bundles at the time. But Max Headroom was awesome. Radio kill the radio star. I'm sitting right there, right there. And now look at it. Max Headroom's awesome. Love that show. Glued to the TV every time it was on. I can't see that guy now, to this day. I can't see that guy without thinking about Max Headroom. The guy that played Max Headroom. Oh, somebody else was watching that. I don't have TV. We gave up TV. So there's all these shows that people are always referencing, and I really have no idea what you're talking about. If something we want to watch that bad, we just download it. Mr. Wizard? Yep, Mr. Wizard was awesome. Much better than that Yahoo we got now. What's his name? The engineer guy. Great Space Coaster. Get on board. Bill Nye, yeah. Yeah, you can have Bill Nye. What the hell happened to him? My God. He just went off the deep end. Yeah, when Saturday morning cartoons were an actual thing. So when I was a kid... Okay, here we go. Story time. When I was a kid, the Saturday morning fall lineup, right before you were getting ready to go back to school, the end of summer, they'd have a special, and it would be on like a Friday night, the night before, or like the week before the new Saturday morning lineup started. They'd have a special of what to expect for the new fall lineup. And I'd be glued to the TV every year watching this. And this was, you know, back when it was all Scooby-Doo and, you know, Bugs Bunny and all that stuff. Can't do that on television. Alanis Morissette, that's where she got her start. And I just remember all these amazing shows that I would just be so excited about. And then Saturday mornings would come around the following week and I'd be up at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. By choice. With my bowl of cereal, sitting in front of the TV, waiting for it to start. And that was my life as a child. Yeah, if I was extra good, I'd get Count Chocula. Honestly, although I didn't matter, I didn't even taste it because I was so focused on the cartoons. And that was my life, Saturday morning cartoons. 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock until noon. Do not talk to me on Saturday morning, 6 o'clock until noon. Yeah. Yeah, it did. Trying to get some distance. Sorry, kind of focused here for a second. Sorry, back to the conversation in just a moment. Let me get rid of this werewolf. I love killing the werewolves. I don't know why. Snorks? Yeah. Yeah, the snorks. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that were probably, well, the Pink Panther. I mean, this is when I was a kid. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But now you're talking like 42 years ago. Whoa! Scared the crap out of me, whoever that is. Robbie, thanks for the follow. I'm in the zone. And do it! And just do it! Comes screaming into my ears. Thanks for that follow, Robbie. That I don't remember. Oh, but then there was like Sigmund the Sea Monster and oh, the kid with the flute. You know, the Sid Marty Krofft live action things. I cannot remember the name of that show. Kid had magic flute, and then there was this dragon guy, and it was Puffin, HR Puffin stuff. Thank you, thank you. That's what it was. Just drawing a blank. Then later on came the Herculoids and Space Ghost. Not Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but the actual Space Ghost. All the old crappy Hanna-Barbera action cartoons. Thundar the Barbarian. Laugh Olympics, yes. And the wacky races, too. And then there was Yogi and, you know, all the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Tennessee Tuxedo. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Just trying to remember some of the names. It's been years and years and years. I saw a line. Where the hell did he go? Oh, it's just a lion. Never mind. Memories. They were better times. I'm not saying things were better back then. I'm just saying the times were better. It was okay to throw a coyote off a 300-foot cliff back then. Nobody took it seriously. It was okay for the hunter or the rabbit to shoot the hunter in the face with a shotgun at point blank range. Everybody knew it was just a gag. Yo, 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 Fat Tony! I think he only stops by just so I'll say that. Microaggression, yeah. Back then a microaggression was something that happened when you pissed off an amoeba. Yeah, but it's not leftover spaghetti, Dolo. Scarfed down a bowl right before I went live. And it was amazing. It was amazing. I was rage eating. Yeah, that's alright, it's alright. It was a good effort. Leftover pizza is pretty tasty, but it's not leftover spaghetti. Although those Italians do have a corner on the leftover market, don't they? That's Fat Tony up there. He knows. Knows, don't you, Tony? Yeah, that's good too, but if you had leftover spaghetti or cold fried chicken, which would you choose? Be honest. Mom's setting you down at the dinner table, it's left overnight, and you have to choose between one or the other. It's another beetle swarm? Jesus Christ. Start getting choppy all of a sudden again. Or maybe the game just always runs like that and I'm really hypersensitive to it now because of the issues I was having earlier. You pain me, Raxian. You pain me. Well, the spaghetti has to be reheated. I'm not talking about cold leftover spaghetti. I'm talking about nice, moist, reheated leftover spaghetti after it's all had a chance to marry together. And those noodles have saturated all that sauce and grease. You could start a religion around that. In fact, I think the Scientologists did. I could be wrong. Oh, in college, anything is good. You're just happy to have food in college. We have this pizza place here called Pudgy's. And their pizza when it's new is shit. It's real doughy, it's real thick and just slimy, greasy. But when you let that sit for a day, and then reheat it, it is some of the best pizza you've ever had in your life. This strange metamorphosis takes place after letting it sit overnight in its own greases. I don't know what it is, but then once you throw it back in the oven, it gets a little crispier too, so maybe that's it. But you only get Pudgy's if you're in like the northeastern United States, and you're fortunate enough to be in the area of one. Well, fortunate enough, I don't know, because their pizza is pretty shit. Unless you let it sit for and they sell these big 32-inch sliced or 32 slice sheet pizzas. Well, I'm in Pennsylvania, but they have New York, Pennsylvania, Maryland, that area. I think there's some in Ohio. Yeah, there's some in Not upstate, downstate New York. Not in the city. Spaghetti. What's going on, Zen? Kiting a werewolf. They just hit too damn hard. Home movies. I love home movies. Alright, Raxian, thanks for stopping by. Raxian. I'm telling you, that's an alien species. The Raxians. They're invading Earth. I actually think I played Raxian back in the 80s at the local arcade. I will be here, I hope. Good lord, after today. No worries, no worries. You're under no obligation, Hayden. Neat. Raxian, destroyer of worlds. Yeah, yeah. I really like killing werewolves, but they smack me around pretty hard. So, I just talk and kite. I'm never going to stab anything again except for the bears and cats. I'm never going to use my weapons. I got a horn. I can kill things with music. Why would I want to use a spear? Something as crude as a spear. Something as crude as a blaster. I am going to do another pull here soon just to get my level. I think I'm close enough now I can do it in one pull. I don't get any good songs until like 24, so just a bunch of silly things. I know. That happens a lot. It happens a surprising amount. It's happened to me a few times. I don't understand what that is. I think it's along the same principle as girls dating bad boys kind of thing. Hey, hippie chicks put out, Dolo. That's got to be what it is. And when you're young and full of hormones. One head speaks louder than the other, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Thank God those days are behind me. Beef knows what I'm talking about, see? The only problem with the hippie chicks is all the penicillin you need afterwards. Head. Beavis and Butthead. Do you remember the very first episode of Beavis and Butthead? It played on Liquid Television. That MTV independent animators. What's it? I am just not having any luck tonight. Bro, that's the one. Yep, goat nose. Yeah, Aeon Flux. That was for a lot of us, that was our first introduction to slightly uncomfortable cartoons. But it was really good. Yeah, Aeon Flux, you can still find it. I think I downloaded it. I don't know that I saw it. I may have, but I don't know that I did. It doesn't hold up, Beef. I'll tell you that right now. When you go back and watch it again after watching it on Liquid Television so many years ago, it doesn't hold up. Now it's just awkward. Back then it was cool and edgy and, you know, a little bit risky for the time. Now it's just kind of weird. Excuse me. I'll be back in just a moment. I need a coffee. Talking. Losing my singing voice. Alright. Was it Dolo? I'll check that out. I got one for you. I got one for you. Hide the children. USA Network back in the day when it first started out. Two different one on Sunday afternoons and then the other one at midnight. I think Saturday. I think it was on Saturdays. The one on Sunday afternoon, Commander USA's Groovy Movies, and then Sunday night, Night Flight. Commander USA would always show all those old Trauma pictures, you know, the Toxic Crusader, Toxic Avenger. It went by a couple different names. Oh, somebody's killing the Griffin. Good. Yeah, they are. They were the best. Sit down. Used to make my dad mad. I was living with my dad at the time, and I'd always stay up so late watching those movies on Night Flight and in my room with the TV on. I don't know why I got so irritated by it, but it was a weekend. But whatever. But I would do it anyhow. You're not the boss of me. Nothing. Get a job, you bum. Now I just saw a line right here amongst these trees, and now he's gone. Anybody care to explain that one? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Did not. I didn't. God, I did not like that band. Did not like that band. I don't know why. I liked it when him and Eddie Vedder and the other guys were doing Temple of the Dog. I liked him then, but then once he went off and did his own thing, I just kind of lost all interest in that band. I mean, they have some iconic music for the time period, don't get me wrong, but I was always a Pearl Jam kind of guy. I like the fact that he gave Ticketmaster the old... Still like Pearl Jam, despite the fact that Eddie Vedder's a bleeding heart liberal. Well, yeah, well, they kind of have to be in the industry, I guess. Yeah, yeah, that's true, it has. Yeah, there's, reminds me of something that happened earlier today. Talked about it on the noon stream, but there's a couple of gator duns going down the road in their truck. And country music just a blaring. And it just made me so happy to hear that. Not that I'm a big fan of country music, quite the contrary. But it's just kind of like a snubbing thumb to the, you know what I mean. To all those boom, 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 boom that you hear driving down. Just imagine it made every one of them cringe. Alright, Hayden, you have a good night. Yeah, we got quite a few loud bass systems. And you ever noticed there's always that horrible vibration? Because they get these like big ass subwoofers, put them in the trunk, and then their trunk lid vibrates, and, or they're installed incorrectly because they have the wrong person install it. It's always just the worst sounding thing, and the worse it is, the louder they make it. Usually, yeah. Yeah, you can't even hear it. It's so loud and so much bass you can't even hear it. It's no music, it's just a beat. It's an ogre beating on a log. I don't know what the hell's going on with the YouTube counter. It's not working. We got one of those surround sound systems for the TV that we never use, but the subwoofer was so loud we couldn't stand it, so we just went back to the regular old TV speakers. We're a couple of Philistines when it comes to that kind of stuff. She's half my age, but you wouldn't know it by the way she acts. She acts like a grumpy old woman, just like I'm a grumpy old man. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. They do not drop that often, do they? I've owned 2 cars in my life. Zen reminded me of this. I've owned 2 cars in my life. Didn't pay a dime for either one of them. Both of them were left in my driveway by friends who just didn't want to deal with them anymore. One was a 1986 T-Bird, and the other one was a Saab 900S Turbo. The T-Bird. What is going on with this chop? Why is it so freaking laggy? Is it me? Well, I'm sure it's me. Of course it's me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to. I found one. But that's it. I haven't found any more since. The very first one I killed dropped one, actually. Yeah, well, mine didn't run. The T-Bird, sorry, I got distracted. The T-Bird, there was a problem with the brakes, and the guy didn't want to deal with it, so he gave it to me. And it ended up sitting in my driveway for about 3 months. I'd go out and start it up periodically just to keep all the parts moving. Then a buddy of mine saw it, sitting in the driveway, and asked me if I wanted to sell it. And I said, sure, I'll sell it. You know, whatever. I'm not doing anything with it. Make me an offer. So he gave me like $100 for it. He went to the junkyard, bought a $2 plastic clip, fixed the brake lines, and it was good to go. Well, I don't know cars then. I don't know. I barely know where the gas goes. I don't drive. I've never been a driver. And then the Saab. The same guy who bought the T-Bird from me ended up moving in with me for a while, and fell behind on the rent, so he gave me the Saab in exchange. It didn't run, and it sat in the driveway for a year until this Mexican family down in Florida bought. I was having a yard sale, and they saw it sitting in the driveway, and they wanted to buy it for their son. And it had been sitting for a year, literally, and they had to break the wheels free. It had been sitting so long. But they took it, towed it away with the truck, and about 2 weeks later I saw it driving down the road. So that's it. Those are my car stories. But when I was younger, and this is the funny part of the story, okay, this is the punchline. When the 900S Turbos first came out, I said, that's the car I want. That's the car I want to own someday. I don't want to drive it. I don't necessarily want to drive it. I just want to have one of those sitting in my driveway someday. So for a year of my life, I had a Saab 900S Turbo sitting in my driveway, and I was the happiest person in the world. So people would say, is that your car? And I say, damn right it is. Want to go for a ride? Nope, doesn't run. So, yeah. Dreams do come true. As long as you keep your goals or your goalposts low. Yeah, I don't even know what the valves are. That's how little I know about cars. That was always my thing. I was always a cyclist. Road bikes first, and then I got my first mountain bike, and that was the end of that. I've watched people fix cars, and it seemed pretty fascinating, and I'm sure I could figure it out if I had to. But it's just one of those things I've never had to do because I've never owned a car. Now, I love driving. I just don't like owning a car. Owning a car is as expensive as owning a child. And if I'm going to put out all that money, I'm going to put it out on another kid. I'm not going to put it out on a car. Google it. Yeah, well, that's the best tip for fixing anything. Google it. I DuckDuckGo it, but same thing. Sentiment's the same. Heck, I think it's cheaper to own a kid. Own a kid, you know what I mean. At least until I turn into teenagers. You just make them get a job at McDonald's. That's what my mom did. Sorry, going back to my youth again. If we wanted any of that stuff, if we wanted, like back when I was a kid, Levi's jeans were the big thing. If you wanted a pair of Levi's or a pair of Nikes or whatever, you go find the money yourself. I'm not giving it to you. I don't have it, and yeah. So we did. I was 10 years old, making $150 a day shoveling walks in the winter, and then close to that in the summer mowing lawns. And mind you, this was early 1980s, $150. My brother and I, every time it would snow, my brother and I would grab our shovels and we just hit the streets. Just go from house to house. Want your walks shoveled? $1. Walks shoveled? $5. Well, depending on the size of the walk. Yeah. Appreciate something a lot more when you pay for it yourself. When you've actually had to apply your own labor to the process. Then you kind of get an understanding of what it's all about. Some of my best riding experiences, Dolo, were town rides, town jams. We'd go out at like 11 o'clock at night, a couple of water bottles, hop on our bikes, turn the lights off, and just go ripping through town. They were just as fast as we could go. They were so much fun. And then we'd always make sure we had a tennis ball with us. And we go to one of the tennis courts in town, because there's a few, and play tennis ball tag. And what that was you drop your seat down, first of all. Most importantly, you drop your seat down. And then whoever had the ball was it, and everybody else had to catch them. And you had to actually tag them with your hand. You couldn't just run into them with your bike, although you were allowed to run into them with your bike and then tag them with your hand. That was within the rules. And that's what we would do. In and out of the tennis court, the nets, But if you had to drop your seat down, because if you didn't, when you take those sharp turns, you get the crotch clap from your pedal hitting the pavement. I actually wrote an article about that, and it got printed in Dirt Rag magazine 25 years ago. You can Google it. No, I'm talking about on bikes, mountain bikes, not in cars. When we were kids, we had the circuit downtown. And all the kids would get in their cars and just drive around. And they'd stop, and smoke cigarettes and that kind of thing. Somebody'd always have some weed. Yeah, I do too. I do too, Dolo. Pro 5 PT0. I really have. I'm just going to call you Pro. I'm just going to call you Bro. Pro. A named bear? Oh, no, I do. It doesn't track your browsing history or your search history. It uses the same results, but it doesn't track anything. That's the important part. You still get the same results, there's just no tracking involved. It's kind of hard. Superb bear hide? What the hell's that for? I think this line's a placeholder for a Highland line. Oh Jesus, here we go again. Earthquake, folks. All the bosses were just spawned. Get to killing. It's not whether you have a history or not, it's whether or not they have a right to go poking around in it. You know that. Yeah. Yeah, still not dropping anything though. Just not having any luck tonight. Yeah, there's still something wrong with my computer, I can feel it. Everything's just run like shit. Unless those beetles spawned again. Why would you stuff a lion oh. I get it, never mind. I'm going to reformat tomorrow. I got a horrible infection today. I really should have done it tonight, but I want to try and get a stream in before I did all that. Yeah, it was my own stupid fault too. I violated one of my own safety rules. I was in a hurry, so I was downloading something. I didn't read the comments. Yeah, yeah, I know. I know. I have no one to blame but myself. Oh, I don't know. I just didn't get on till almost 1 o'clock, and yeah, there wasn't anybody on, so I just started goofing around the board. We can go down to Wrath if you want and kill some giants. I don't. There's nobody on though. It's just me and you. I thought for sure Thorn would be on. It took me forever to get all that crap out of my computer. I still haven't gotten it all. All right. Well, let me log on to the Shadow Knight. He's usually only on during the weekends. I don't know what happened to him tonight. He might have gotten wrapped up in something. It's early in the morning for him, so he might have slept in. He's over in Europe, so. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a coffee. I'll be right back. Log on the Shadow Knight. We'll go kill some hill giants. Oh. Be right back. 999. Get it? Get it. It's 999 in England, but yeah. In Germany, there is no 911 emergency services because you would offend the people that are trying to murder your family. And you can't have that. Ooh, shit. Wrong way. Holy shit, she hits hard. For a chick. Damn. Oh, you did? Awesome, Pawpaw. Good deal. I just got beat up by a halfling. It's long. It's really long. I've read some articles about it, and it's ridiculously long. Um, in fact, more often than not, you're better off not even worrying about it. It's like Detroit long. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Do you remember? I don't know if you're a wrestling fan or not, but a few years back when JBL was still wrestling, Justin Bradshaw, JBL, when he was still wrestling, um, they were doing a European tour, and he started goose stepping around the ring, you know, just taunting the fans because he was a heel, he was a bad guy, and they didn't know that was illegal in Germany, or he didn't at least. He was just, you know, working the crowd. They had to escort him out of the arena, quickly put him on a plane, and fly him out of the country before they arrested him. Thank God for tape delay, that's all I gotta say. Yeah, yeah. Oh, they know, it's just... here's my opinion on that subject. They've been living under those kind of... those conditions for so long, I mean, centuries, where, you know, they're constantly being disarmed and being told what to do and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, and you know, and these are relatively democratic societies, but for years and years and years they were monarchies, don't forget. And you know, it was really common back in the days of monarchies to disarm the citizens, so you didn't have to deal with an uprising. You know, they weren't allowed to have swords and stuff like that. So it's just ingrained into their culture, the, you know, the whole no weapons thing, and that's a long history to overcome. I don't think they can. There's never been a country like the United States, and that's kind of what makes it unique. That's also kind of what makes it so tragic. Yeah. I mean, there have been enlightened democratic societies in the past, but it's always been democratic for certain people, or, you know, republics or whatever, but only for certain people. Only certain people were allowed to vote, landowners or heads of household or that kind of thing. It was never a true democracy, never a true republic. Not a democracy or a republic, in theory. Yeah, but this was a unique thing, the grand experiment. Yeah, well, yeah, I can't blame them. You can say whatever you... Well, it's, compared to their countries, you can say whatever you want here. I mean, it's relative. Yeah. Yeah. You'll never see somebody walking down the street in England with a 6-shooter on their hip. You'll never see that. At least not for long. I'm going to check something real quick, because this is really running bad. I'll be back in just... I mean, I'm going to be here, but not going to be visible. Just want to get to a safe spot here where I don't have to worry about getting molested. I'll be right back. Huh. I don't know what I did to my game client. I must have screwed something up. Give me just a minute, I gotta restart it. Bugger. I was poking through the task manager to see what was running, because I'm getting a lot of chop that I shouldn't be getting, and in light of getting that infection earlier, just half afraid there's some processes that were missed. But I'm going to do a fresh install of the operating system tomorrow, clean install of everything. Okay, it's going to take a minute. Going to take a minute. You like that? That's my intro video. Gathorn made that for me. Can always tell which videos he makes and which ones I make, because his are the good ones. I'm really tempted to get rid of Windows altogether. I really am. I can run EQ through Wine, and everything else I need to run the stream I can do natively on Linux. Then I don't have to worry about it at all. I used to have a variety of games that I played then, believe it or not. I used to play all kinds of games. Like Black Squad. They just did another patch for that. Every time they do a patch for it, I have to reset all my mouse settings. Yeah. It's a good game for just mucking around on. I don't think it'll ever go anywhere. Is it? Yeah, I really should. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow in the afternoon. If I get a chance to stream tomorrow afternoon, maybe I'll do that. On Black Squad, Dolo, not on EQ. Well, there is one on EQ too, on the live servers. They used to do one here, but I guess they just don't have the time right now. But at least it's only skins. That's what I like about it. It's nothing that's going to change your effectiveness as a player. It's one of the things I like that they did with that game is you can still play it effectively and well without dumping a lot of cash into it. Oh, really? Yeah, I saw the earthquake, but I didn't see anything happen. Well, there's the beetle swarm in North Corona, Dolo. Saw those a couple times tonight. Oh, neat. Maybe that's why it's running a little choppier than usual. Yes, yeah, it was still a way post videos. I think that was post pop. Well, there was a named bear that spawned in North Corona that I'd never seen before. It was weird. It's running so bad. I don't know if it's me or the event or what. Alright, Bam. You missed out on a hell of a night, though, let me tell you. Should have been here. It was epic. Never gonna live that down. Oh, now you're in Wrath Mountains. I just came over to EC. I don't want to run all the way down to Wrath Mountains. You get your Shadow Knight to 35 or 36. Don't give me that I got 450s thing. That doesn't matter. Can't group with 50. Ah, look at you. Bug lug. Neat. Indian Windows Tech calls it midnight. Yeah, that's not Windows Tech support. I can guarantee you that. Oops, just stepped on an ogre. Get a so. Night, Bama. Troubadour's picking on all the ogres. Are you seeing this? You gotta make your own fun. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I wish there was more of that spaghetti left. I ate it all. It was really freaking good. Sorry, I don't mean to keep going on about spaghetti. Boozalooza. Thanks for the host, Booza. It was really good. Alright, I need a sew. I gotta freaking run down the Wrath Mountains. Are there any sew potions? Not that I expected to. Is it just me, or is it running bad for anybody else? I hope it's just me. Somebody mentioned a piece of software earlier, and I want to make sure I get the title of it before I lose it. Come on, where is it? Okay. Sorry about that. Encoding overloaded. I guess I might have to wrap this up because I appear to be having some issues. Yeah, we'll go until everything crashes. How's that sound? Young rogue going to be fallen. Alright, let me check the map, see how far away it is. Long run. Alright, here we go. We're going to run to the Wrath Mountains. Very slowly. Vegetable, ha 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 ha. That was horrible, Dan. You should be ashamed of yourself telling jokes like that. Yuck mouth. They call me yuck mouth because I don't brush. Well, I like my teeth like this. Saturday morning cartoons, yet again. Back from when I was a kid, that was one of the public service announcements that would play during the commercial breaks. Brings us back to an earlier conversation. That's alright, we'll let that one slide. Everybody gets a freebie. Sorry, I need to check something again real quick. Nope, says everything's running fine. I don't know. I bet he's a druid. How much you want to bet? I hate bugging people, especially when they're anonymous. Skin like diamond. Okay, we got a soap. Now it should only take me a half hour to get there instead of an hour. have this pathological hatred of ghouls. Or anything that roots, really. But especially ghouls. Yeah, druids are dicks. With their sows and their buffs. Don't attack me, please. Just mind your own business. I'll mind mine. Everybody will get along just fine. I think the next time I hunt in Oasis, I'm going to turn off the environment sounds, because that water splashing up against the shore sound is problematic. Yeah, I know. What files do I have to back up when I do a fresh install of the game? Because I thought I had the right ones backed up last time, and I still had to reset all my UIs. I mean, it's no big deal. I can just reset my UIs. It's just making all the macros again. That's the pain. It's a long run. What do you mean I'm buffed? Wrath Mountains. Come on, get out of the water. You can't swim worth a damn. Even with ogres just seem like they're so slow. Good frog sounds. They really got the frog sounds down pat. Sounds like a swamp. This is where it all began for the Shadow Knight. Killing lizards, killing froglock tads, turning in meat for rusty weapons. That's not where I want to go. There's the bridge. Hi, puppy. Somebody named Puppy. Now, there's a rogue over here. I ran afoul of when I was leveling the Shadow Knight up. That was that night that ogre shaman was following me around. Just buffing me and healing me and recovering my corpses when I died. Very odd night. Guy just followed me around for hours. Now we're in Wrath Mountains. I'll be back in just a moment. I'll refresh the coffee, and then we'll see if we can track Doffy down. In fact, though, many of the European countries didn't develop a democratic form of government until well after the United States did. They continued to be monarchies for quite a while. Well, Germany was effectively a monarchy until World War II or World War One, and England, well, they still cling tenaciously to the royal family. Where are you at, Doffy? Oh. Little thing floating around. Butt scratching. Got it. Broken Bow Part A. Wonder what that is. IVX gauntlets. There you go. Any rangers on? There's a part for your IVX gauntlets. Rotting in Wrath Mountains. I think I found Doffy. I don't really view that as a bad form of government as long as you have a benevolent ruler. Um, yeah, it would. Yeah, that's the big thing. It's fine as long as I don't have to pay for it. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yes, it does. That's a wizard thing. I have no interest in that. Yeah, yeah, yep. And you notice the ones that scream the loudest about it are the ones that pay the least. Well, there are a lot of hill giants here, aren't there? It's much better than the area I was at. These are the Jack and the Beanstalk giants. Or Doffy's trying to get something, a thing. John just bought a bracelet or something like that, and it's fairly expensive. Resisted. Resisted. He's resisting everything I cast off. He's red to me. Yep. That's why I can't play Spellcaster. I can't sit still long enough. Ah, we're surrounded by hill giants. I summon a pet, but I don't think it would do any good. Just doesn't do enough damage. Does he? I can, but only if I look. Alright, Dolo, you have a good night. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on myself, so you have a great night. Thanks for hanging out, and see you tomorrow, if you're around. Alright, I am good to go. As many lizard men as I kill, you'd think that guy over there would hate my guts. That was better. No tricks. Just kill it. I had no idea there were so many hill giants here. It's neat. I'm gonna have to remember that for later. Swarm kite hill giants with the Bard. That'd be fun. How much do I drink daily? Anywhere from 6 to 8 pots on average. I've been doing it my whole life. I've always drunk that much coffee my whole life, since I was a teenager. Caffeine doesn't really even affect me anymore. My whole life. I'll have a pot when I first wake up, and then then another one before lunch, another one with lunch, and then another one before dinner. Usually make one around dinner time, and then one or two during the stream at night. And depending on, you know, how busy I am during the day, there might be an extra one thrown in there. If I'm spending a lot of time sitting in front of the computer, you know, doing whatever, I'll probably throw an extra one in there. Like 5 to a pot. No, regular bun coffee maker. No, I don't like the Keurigs. I kind of picky about the coffee I use. Yeah, we had this whole discussion. Only drink Colombian coffee. Try to get whole bean whenever possible. You know, can't always afford it, but it's always Colombian. Keurigs are basically just instant coffee with a little bit of real coffee thrown into it, and no, can't stand it. Can't stand it. Don't drink flavored coffee. I just pour the coffee in the cup and drink it. That's it. No cream, no sugar. Speaking of which, I need a cup of coffee. Go. No. No Americano. Best coffee comes from Colombia. Bar none. Colombian beans, medium roast. I don't want to sound like an elitist snob or anything like that, but I've been drinking coffee for, like I said, years and years and years and years. Just over time I found that Colombian is just the best. And you gotta be careful, because sometimes they'll, like the 8 o'clock brand coffee, sometimes they'll try to sell you a Colombian roast. And it's Arabica beans, medium roast. It's not Colombian. So you gotta be careful. Oh, excuse me. 8 o'clock has a really good Colombian coffee. Most of them are the same, to be honest. If you're buying whole bean, it doesn't really matter as long as it comes from Colombia, and it's a medium roast. Can't really recommend one. I've always been preferential for 8 o'clock, but fine grind, almost an espresso grind. The climate, the acidity in the soil, everything about Colombia just makes for perfect beans. The fact that they've been doing it for years and years and years, they've perfected their craft. Yeah, it tastes like coffee smells. You know that smell that you associate with coffee, that coffee aroma? That's what Colombian coffee tastes like. Kind of nutty, almost nutty. Not hazelnutty nutty, just, you know, this nice nutty flavor. Rich. Not bitter at all. No bitterness whatsoever. If you're like strapped for cash, and you just need to get a major brand, you know, like Maxwell House Folgers, something like that. Maxwell House is better than Folgers. I mean, that's what I use for like my normal day-to-day coffee. You know. It is burnt. Starbucks makes their coffee ridiculously strong. I got a good Starbucks story for you here in just a second, unless you've already heard it. But they make their coffee really strong because they're going to add something to it. Is that his pet? No, that's his pet. So it's going to be thinned out, you know, with the you know, the espresso or whatever it is, you know, the mochaccino, frappuccino, shit. But I went to a Starbucks one time in my entire life. I've been to a Starbucks. It was at the Tampa International Airport, and went up to the girl or a counter and asked the girl for a large cup of black coffee. She had no idea what I was talking about. Literally no idea. There was this interchange that took a good 15-20 minutes of me trying to explain to her exactly what it was that I wanted. And she just could not get her mind around a plain cup of... I literally had to tell her, grab that pot of coffee that's on the burner right there. You see that pot of coffee on the burner? Okay, grab that. Now grab the biggest cup you have. Now take that pot and pour it into that cup until it's full. This is how I had to describe it to her. Needless to say, I never went back to Starbucks. But we have this little shop downtown. Damn. Has the best coffee in the world, because you know the coffee shops, they just make it right. They grind the beans fresh. They make the cups one at a time, so you get all the oils. Because it's only the first cup in the pot that's good. The rest of it's just drag. Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. For a variety of reasons. You know, just the fact that another human being could be that ridiculously stupid. It may not be good for you, Darky, but it tastes so yummy. Especially the day after. Room for cream and sugar. Well, they get so many orders for all the goofy coffees, the silly coffees, and so I could almost understand. But my God, this is the United States. Everybody drinks coffee. Have your parents never had coffee before? Do you not understand what a black coffee is? Needless to say, I never went back. But this place downtown, amazing, amazing coffee. Each cup's made individually. And the guy almost seemed happy that I was just ordering a cup of Colombian coffee. It's well worth the $3.50 I think I paid for it. Zero fat, 0 calories, 0 cholesterol. I do, Darky. I do. I just have more fun here. On the live servers, there's not a lot of incentive to do things with other people. Here there is, if you so choose. I like the pacing of this. They don't hold your hand on this server. When you die, everything stays on your corpse. So you try very hard not to die. When you accomplish something, it feels like you've actually accomplished something. I've been playing on the live servers since Cunard. With 3 accounts, a whole bunch of characters. And I do enjoy playing on the live servers. But Classic EverQuest just has a different feel to it. Look what we're doing. We're running around a field killing a hill giant. Grouping on P99 is incredibly easy to come by. Resist, resist, resist. There we got him. I don't group Pawpaw, typically, for a variety of reasons. One, because I'm always AFK. I'm always getting up, getting a cup of coffee or whatever. 2, I'm streaming. And you can either stream in a group and not talk to anybody, or stream solo and talk to people. And the conversation is my favorite part. So I tend to solo a lot more than the average P99 player. But go look at like Nibers' stream or Gondian's stream or Octo's stream. They're always involved in groups and whatnot. But they don't do a lot of interaction with the people watching. I like the conversation. So I do a lot of solo. That's why I play the Bard a lot. Bards don't need groups. But yeah, as a cleric, you won't have any trouble finding a group, because nobody wants to play clerics. Well, with Necro, you don't have to, though. That's the exception to the rule. Bards can group, and they're very good in groups. It's just it's a class that I enjoy playing and allows me to play solo. Shadow Knight is my group character. When we're playing in a group, hop on the Shadow Knight. I played WoW too, Darky. I thoroughly enjoyed WoW. Don't get me wrong, I loved playing WoW. Until I stopped loving playing WoW, which was around Cataclysm. Not that I didn't still enjoy the game, it didn't hold my interest. It became a rush to raid levels. And my favorite part of the game is the journey, not the destination. I like the lobby quests, I like the exploration, I like that kind of stuff. And yeah, Lich King was good. Lich King was good. I played on a private Lich King server for quite a while. Had a lot of fun with it. I like WoW. I'm not going to say anything bad about WoW. I think it's a good game. 7 million people can't be wrong. But it's that rush to endgame that kind of bothered me. The one thing I liked about WoW was the fact that you could solo. And solo effectively. Because that's, you know, tends to be the way I play. Unfortunately, I got into WoW early, you know, like in BC, when everybody was still socializing, before group finders and raid finders and all that stuff. And then as the game progressed, and they started implementing all these changes that kind of disintegrated the community feel of the game, that's when I started losing my interest in it. Then I started playing on some private servers and kind of rekindled my interest in the game. And had a lot of fun on those for a while. But none of them are EverQuest. And for me, EverQuest is always going to be near and dear. Lich King was awesome. What I liked the most about Lich King was the story. The tragedy, the pathos, the story. There was a really good story there, and you got to actually play through it. And you got to see the demise of Arthas, and that was good stuff. That was really good stuff. And if they'd done more of that with later expansions, I think they would have had a little more success. But all the stories started to feel kind of rushed and cobbled together. Because, you know, the core of WoW is a good story. Yeah, because there's so much to see. There's so much to see and do, and that's what I'm doing here now. Is just exploring and seeing the stuff that I didn't get to see before for a variety of reasons. I was a very inexperienced player. MMOs were new things. Um, this is a hard game to solo in. Very hard game to solo in. You almost need a group in this game. For most classes, you do. I mean, that's not entirely true, but there's a lot of content you're just not going to be able to partake in without a group. It's the journey, not the destination. WoW had a lot of journey. There was a lot of journey to be had in WoW. And I did it. I did most of it. It's not as expansive a game as EverQuest is. EverQuest has a lot more content. And I think the biggest thing that I like about especially classic EQ is the fact that it doesn't hold your hand. If you want something, you have to earn it. And boy, are you going to earn it. Sylvanas Windrunner, yeah. Freaking guy. Oh, Sylvanas, yeah, the undead lady. I was thinking of the other guy, the druid guy. I am 48 years old, Darky. Not ashamed to admit it. My very first console was a Pong console. Got it in the late 70s. Malfurion, that's what I'm thinking of. Thank you. Thank you, Nukes. Nukes. Nukesy. That is another aspect to the, well, Project 1999 specifically, like Miller said, you're not going to find a better community in any game anywhere ever, period, bar none. Oh yeah, I play, my kids play. Yeah. You get the girlfriend to play, but she only likes Battlefield Vietnam. Yeah. Yeah, they try to encourage a happy hell, at least until you get into the raid levels. Then the rules are a little different. Once you're raiding, it's a little more griefy. But that's, it's a competitive thing. When you're trying to get a camp in a zone where the boss only spawns once a week, it's going to get a little more competitive. Where'd you go, Duff? You ditched me here, didn't you, you bastard? But you know what the admins don't do? They don't approve my IP exemption. Still waiting for that damn thing. Yeah, they do them in batches every few months. She doesn't care that much, and neither do I, to tell you the truth. She's only doing it to humor me. It's cute watching her play. She played on the live servers with me for a very brief time, and she made a warrior. And every time something attacked her, she'd go running away screaming, "It's hitting me! Make it stop hitting me!" Doing the Kermit run. It was adorable. She's not a gamer. She's not a gamer. She gets it. She thinks it's cool, but she doesn't want to participate. Oh, excuse me. It is, because it's, well, the gaming community has changed so much, and people have gotten used to the fast grind, get to max level, do the raids at the end. That's what they're used to now. Whereas, you know, when this whole MMO thing first started, it was Ultima Online, Asheron's Call, Ultima Online, EverQuest, then Asheron's Call. Those were the three. And all three of them were very slow paced, very slow to level. But at the time it was all we had, so we didn't know any better. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, you know, because honestly, I don't have time to grind a character or to get a character up to max level on this server. I just don't have the time. I have a kid, I have, you know, family, responsibilities. You'll probably never see me do a raid on this server. I do it for fun. I just do it for fun. That's why I'm here now. I'm not getting any. I'm getting some XP out of this, but just helping Dothy out, help him get some money for his jaundice bone bracer. That's why I do it. I just do it for the fun. And that's why I like the Bard. That's why I like the Bard so much, I think. Because Bard's one of those classes you can just have a lot of silly fun on. You know, like washing ogre toes. Denzel from the YouTube chat. Den is a long-time P99 player, EverQuest player, and kind of gets it. Ding, 32. It's just, you know, it's fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be work. What do I get at 32? No. Absolutely nothing. 32 is a nothing level. Grats, Nukesy. Or thanks, Nukesy. Sorry. This is our twink character, this ogre, who's made specifically to tank for the group, the guild, and so you community effort to get him equipped and whatnot. So he's very well provided for. Otherwise, I tend to insist on doing things by myself. But on P99, it's inevitable that you're going to get power leveled periodically, that somebody's going to give you some nice piece of gear periodically. It's nature of the beast. The server's been around since 2004, I think, and people have accumulated stuff that they want to get out of their bank. I don't know what that is, Miller. Loops. Sounds familiar. Oh, force loops. Force loops. Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. Do hill giants drop those? Fruit loops. Fruit loops. We were talking about Saturday morning cartoons earlier, and I just had breakfast cereals on my mind. I think that's, yeah, Duffy says that's forest giants in Kunart. They drop those forest loops. There's Gathorn. Better late than never. Yeah, that's what Duffy just said it was. Forest giants. You can't see it up here, but from here down, I'm doing the PP dance. Oh man, it was horrible. It was horrible. I went and got a copy of some software, but I was in a hurry when I was doing it, so I didn't go through the comment section or anything like that, and my whole system got corrupted horribly, horribly. I spent a couple hours just gutting everything and running scans and deleting things and purging things, and it's still not 100%. I think I'm going to have to reinstall the operating system tomorrow. But horrible. I didn't think I was going to make it on. But around 1:45, I think I finally was able to get it up and running to the point where I could do a stream. all these. It started installing all these programs and locked me out of my primary desktop. Fortunately, I had my scanning software all over on the secondary monitor, so I could still access it. Found a loophole. But man, it was horrible. Well, I went and downloaded another version of it. Oops, because the one I had kept crashing. I'd just get through a few edits, and then blam, the whole thing would just drop. I guess you get what you pay for, right? I think I got it all, though. I think I got it all out of the system. I don't know. I didn't even look at them. Didn't even look. Couldn't access my web browser. It hijacked all the icons and replaced them with other things. It was a fun one. So tomorrow I'll be backing everything up, doing a fresh install. I'm overdue for one anyhow. But it's the weekend, so there won't be a noon stream anyhow. So I got all day to do it. I'll have everything back up and running before the stream tomorrow night. Really tempted to go back to Linux, though. Tell you what. So I don't have to worry about that crap anymore. Everything I use for streaming except for EverQuest I can run natively on Linux, so how to back up. Yeah. It's like going on 4:30 a.m. So I probably should. Got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. Fortunately, I have all the stream stuff backed up on a secondary hard drive, so that wasn't affected. It's just my primary hard drive that was affected. So it won't be that difficult, just reinstalling the software and reinstalling the operating system, doing the updates. And on that note, I'm going to say goodnight, folks. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for the company and the conversation. Always fun. Always fun. And I'll be back on tomorrow night, 11 o'clock. Knock on wood. So you folks have a good night, morning, whatever it is for you, and see you then.